Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm a social connections coach for the late diagnosed autistic adult. You're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about your toxic friends, toxic people all around. Some of the things that they say that reveal right away that they're toxic. And I know as an autistic person, you're always looking for what they say on the face of it, the face value, the words that come out of your mouth. But it's not always true that they have your best interests in mind. They're really snakes trying to get at you. In this episode, I'm going to point out 7 toxic phrases that people use and how to protect yourself from them. Are you ready? Let's go. So sometimes we're just not sure about if people have our best interest in mind, if they're really there for us, if they're really going to support us. We let some of these people get close. It's even something that's so common that we even have a word for it. We call them frenemies. They are frenemies. These people who are toxic, who are waiting for you to fall down so they can laugh at you and then extend their hand only to move it when you reach out for it. You know, those people. But we don't recognize them until we really, really feel them. But I want to empower you to discover who these people are sooner rather than later. Because I'm telling you, if you prompt them, if you're saying the right things or you're paying attention, you're simply paying attention and not assuming that they have your best interests in mind, you are going to hear one of these phrases. If you are with a toxic friend, you're going to hear one of these phrases if you have toxic people around you. So let's just get into it, right? So one of the phrases that people like to use a lot is after everything I've done for you. After everything I've done for you. And they use it to control your choices. Now, this is so overt to me because it strikes guilt. They're looking for guilt. They're looking for shame that you have made a choice that does not benefit them. Now, when you're choosing yourself, when you're coming out of your masking and you're moving into your alignment, you're moving to be more authentic and you start saying no, people don't like this. After everything I've done for you, you can't take me to the airport. After everything I've done for you, you can't loan me $10. After everything I've done for you, you can't this, you can't that. Well, listen, I appreciate your support. I acknowledge everything that you've done for me in the past. I've acknowledged our relationship today. I mean, I know you've made sacrifices, but I'm standing in my truth right now. I appreciate your support, but that does not mean I owe you my peace. Tell them. That does not mean I owe you my peace. Because listen, what's happening here is that they are taking this autonomy, this desire to do better for yourself and making it about them. After everything I've done for you, you can't give me a little piece? Flip that right back. I don't owe you my sense of peace. I just am not able. They are not respecting your boundaries. The second one, you're overreacting. You're overreacting. Hey, it was just a joke. It's not a big deal. I mean, what's wrong with you? That is a dismissal of your boundaries, of your feelings, and it avoids accountability. They are counting on you, again, to abandon yourself for them. They are counting on you to get over it for them. They don't want to handle your feelings. They don't want to know your feelings. They don't want to deal with your feelings. They're not capable. They're not interested. Whatever it is, they just don't want to know you. And I say that because when you express your feelings, connection is where it lives in expressing your feelings. That's where connection is. When people understand, when people demonstrate that they understand how you feel about your experiences, then you can be closer. But this person who says you're overreacting and cares not to consider, to be curious about why you feel the way you do, does not want to know you. They just want to use you. They just want to use you. When you encounter these kinds of people, when you hear this, you don't have to defend yourself against them. Don't try to defend yourself against them. Don't try to explain, because they're just going to gaslight you. They're just going to gaslight you. You keep your feelings to yourself and you keep it pushing. You might even push them a little bit out of your circle. The third one, no one else has a problem with me. Now, when you try to bring up something that you don't like about their behavior, you don't like about your experience with them, they are taking your experience and they're comparing it to other people. They're saying that you are less than because other people don't have a problem. Other people like them. Other people appreciate them. So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? They shame you. They shame you through comparing to other people. I want you to keep in mind that you're not having anybody else's experience. You're having your experience. What you say, think, feel, do is valid and worth expression. And because they can't hear it, they don't want to hear it, they flip it back on you. So instead of trying to convince them, to change them, to say, hey, this is why I have a problem with you, X, Y, Z. This is why I'm so upset. Don't explain. Don't explain. Because they're not going to listen. They're just going to gaslight you, and they're just going to further compare you to other people. You're not in a competition. You're supposed to be in a friendship. You're supposed to be in a relationship where two people see each other. Number 4, you've changed. You've become somebody else. I don't even know you. You're not the person I used to be. You've changed. Okay, so you have. So you have boundaries now. So you have new hobbies. So you have ideas. So you want to be more expressive. And they don't like it. They want you to stay the way they were. They want you to stay the way you were. Because if you are the way you were, they benefit. If you grow, you start setting those boundaries. If you discover new things, you have less time, less energy for them to exploit. You've changed. It sounds like a betrayal to them, and they key in on that. They don't want you to feel like you betrayed. They want you to feel like you betrayed them. They're hoping that your empathy and your desire to help will twist you and turn you into a person that they want you to be. They know that you have a good heart. In this case, you are showing up for yourself. I want you to take it as a compliment. Growth is what we're all doing. If you are not doing that, you are not living. If you're not changing, if you're not having new experiences, if you're not feeling something about life that needs to be discovered, to be curious about things, you're going to be stuck with people like that who are going to tell you that you need to be what they want you to be. You've changed. That's a good thing. Take it as a compliment. Number 5, you're just being dramatic. Ooh, nobody likes that word dramatic because it minimizes your emotions to keep you disabled or disempowered. You're being dramatic. It's insulting. They use this so that you don't speak about your feelings. They label your feelings as burdensome. You are a burden. You're blowing it out of proportion. You're making a big deal out of nothing. It's really akin to being to overreacting. But again, your emotions are valid, even if they make the other person feel uncomfortable. Because you see people who value what you have to say, who are interested in your feelings, who are interested in you as a person, won't just dismiss it, won't just say you're being dramatic. In this case, I want you to observe this person. Take a look at him. They just said you're making a big deal out of nothing. Your feelings don't matter. Key into that. Don't forget it. Toxic. Because the next time they want to ask you to do something that's really, really uncomfortable for you, and you know it, and they know it, the moment you protest, they'll say, you're being dramatic. So that you'll forget that it's painful to you. It's undesirable. You don't like it. So that they can get you to do what they want you to do against your best interest. They don't have your best interest in mind. Number 6, if you are a real friend, if you are a real partner, you do XYZ. Guilt trip. Guilt trip. Guilt trip. Guilt trip you into crossing your own boundaries. If you were the person I thought you were, again, they key in onto you trying to be a good person. They key in on you trying to do the best you can for this relationship while they just take advantage of it. They try to guilt trip you into being somebody that you're not, or doing something that you don't want to do, betraying your own feelings. If you were a real friend, you'd take me to the airport, you'd loan me that money, you'd lie to somebody for me, you'd be my ride or die. If you were a real friend, listen, no. Real friends, people I consider real friends, understand, appreciate, and accept you for who you are. And they certainly don't want you to do anything that disempowers you, that goes against your sense of self, that hurts you. If you were a real friend, you wouldn't ask me to do something that's not comfortable for me. You wouldn't put me in harm's way. You wouldn't dismiss me. You wouldn't make fun of me. Flip it back on them. Real friends include respecting each other's limits, and they clearly don't. And the last one, number 7, is my favorite one. It's my favorite one because this really gets to the heart of your heart and trying to be there, be supportive, be helpful, be loving, be open, be accepting of other people. This last one here is, I'm just trying to help you. Now, they throw this out here when you are upset about something that they have done. They don't want to accept the impact of their behavior, but they want you to focus on the intention. They want you to focus on what they thought would happen, what they hoped would happen, what they believed would happen, and they want you to just put your feelings aside. This comes when you're asking, when you're not asking for advice, but they give you some advice. I'm just trying to help. It doesn't feel like it. How about asking me for what I need instead of assuming that I want all of your you shoulda, coulda, woulda. So you telling me what I needed to do, what I didn't need to do, or doing things for you when you didn't ask for them. Didn't ask for them to spend all of their money on you, like a toxic person would ever do that. Well, they might. I mean, if they were trying to control you and try to manipulate you, they'd spend some money, they'd spend time and effort and energy, and they'd say, hey, you have to pay for that. Or if it didn't impact you the way that they wanted, hey, I was just trying to help. Don't get mad at me. I was just trying to help. Well, you don't even listen to me. You don't even understand me. You don't even know me. You don't know what I need for help. Start by asking me. Now, if you run into this, if somebody says, I'm just trying to help, listen, I have a really great technique for you. Really great technique. I just want you to say, thank you. I appreciate your help. Acknowledge that. But this isn't what I need. And then ask for the thing that you need. And if that doesn't work, woo, I wanted to sing Britney Spears, "You're toxic and I'm slipping under." They don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be accountable for their impact. They just want you to focus on their intention. But they cannot live in the world of intention. You can't live there. It hurts your relationship, and you get hurt yourself by the impact of their behavior all of the time. Your feelings get hurt. Support doesn't come at the cost of your autonomy, of you making decisions for yourself. If you run to them with a problem and they give you some kind of advice or input that you don't want, need, or desire, and they say, "I was just trying to help," and you correct them, hey, you don't have to tell me twice. You don't have to tell me twice. You just don't want to hear it. You just want to do what you want to do and think that I should be happy about it. No, we're not doing that. I'd be curious to know, because I know this is just 7. There's a lot of things that people say to you that feel very toxic. What have you heard? Let me know in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what other people are saying out there so I can add this to the list. Would help some other people. Now let's do the listener letters. If you have a question about your family, friends, business, coworkers, anything that goes on with your relationships, you can write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com. I'm beyond tired of people blaming their toxic traits on their autism. And I'm also tired of being accused of internalized ableism for pointing this out. If anything is ableist, is correlating garbage behavior with autism. All right, so that was the post, and I thought that was pretty amazing and straight up awesome, because I think that just because people are some way doesn't mean that they can do things and other people can't feel things. Like, oh, you can't have your feelings because they're autistic, or you can't have your feelings because they don't know better. But as I said, they're impacting you, right? There's an impact to their behavior, their intentions, their awareness or lack thereof, of how they're behaving or how they're impacting you is important to you. And you get to have your feelings about what is happening. That's the key. That's the whole thing. It's like people will tell you that you can't have your feelings and it's toxic if you have your feelings, or it's bad if you have your feelings. It's a toxic relationship. Anybody who cares to understand you, to appreciate you, to accept you, will hear out your feelings, will make an effort to understand. And those people who really do get it are the ones who connect with us. The ones who connect with us. So for me to say, I just don't get it because I'm autistic and I don't want to get it and I will never get it, and expect you to stay around is a problem. You get to choose whether or not you want to stay in that space with someone who just doesn't get you, whether they're disabled or abled or not, or whatever it is with them. It's all about the actions and the behaviors. It's all about the impact that you receive. It's all about your feelings in any kind of relationship that you have. One of the comments here says, I just decided to end a friendship over a pattern of behavior, including this. And it sucks. I consider her a friend for years, but she weaponized her disability. The same one at least half of our friend group shares. So everybody, just half of the friend group, it's like, yeah, I'm neurodivergent in some kind of way. And they're like, well, I'm neurodivergent and I'm this kind of neurospicy, so I can do XYZ. She refused to be held accountable for anything, demanded accommodations, and wouldn't accommodate anyone else. Openly spoke up about being intentionally manipulating others and blamed it on being autistic. It's not just infuriating, It's crazy. So I decided my peace was worth more and I let go. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to this person who left that comment. But seriously, it is all about that. So if you're thinking at all, those 7 toxic traits that I talked about, or 7 toxic phrases that I said, if you're thinking at all, well, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, they count on that. They count on that to keep you where you are. If people don't demonstrate that they understand you, if they're not making an effort to appreciate, accept, or learn about you, then it's time for you to let go. It becomes toxic the moment you say, I am going to abandon myself. I am going to get them to see me. I am going to do what it takes. When on the face of it all, they're clearly demonstrating to you that they are not interested and they only want to use you. I hope this helps. Best of luck to you. And finally, I appreciate you being a listener. If you got something of value out of this podcast, please share it with other people and leave a 5-star review on your favorite listening app. We'll see you next time. Take care.